Welcome back, viewers. This is going to be a short video again. Just wanted to test out a few techniques ready for the larger diorama, but also wanted to use up some of the bits left over from the other one. You can see here I've got the Romulan ship from the 3-ship build, and I'm going to use that to create a very simple and straightforward diorama using the picture frame that you can see there as well. I started off by taking the picture frame apart and going to use the backing board as the main scene. I printed off some starscapes, as you can see, and I'm going to glue that to the backing board so that when it's in the picture frame, maybe I can hang it on the wall. We'll see how it goes. Now this is the starscapes glued to the backing board and back in the picture frame. However, the white of the picture frame just doesn't suit. So what I'm going to do is change that, paint it and change it to black. Since the picture frame is plastic, I first primed it with plastic primer. Hopefully it'll stick, but you can see there's a little spot on the side there which is white. Didn't quite cover it completely, but hopefully with the layers of black on top you won't notice. I finished off the frame with a few layers of black paint. As you can see though, there's still a few little spots here and there that are showing through. Works out that this frame just doesn't like taking paint, so I might have to touch that black up a bit later on and then cover it with some varnish to seal it in. I'll create the disruptor laser fire from the Romulan ship using the green LED filaments you can see there. The copper wiring is going to be used to supply the electricity to the LEDs, and the little notepad there is just me planning out how I'm going to do it. I'll show you on the next screen exactly how we're going to go about doing that. The printers you can see on the pad, by the way, they're the ones that did my Starscape printing for me. I use them for anything I need printed on for a background. Very reasonable, very quick, very efficient. I would definitely recommend them if you need any sort of printing done. I cut the copper wire into 4 lengths, then bent them, all 4 of them, over into a tuning fork shape with one length slightly longer than the other. Poked them through from the back then for the LED connections. Each copper wire piece will either be negative or positive, and I'll show you how that works on the back of the picture now in a second. So from the back you can see how I've wired up those tuning fork shaped copper wires. 2 of them connected to the positive and 2 of them to the negative. It means that each particular double prong is either negative or positive, but you'll see when I show you the other side now how that works for the LEDs. So from the front you can see that I've soldered each LED to 2 different forks. That way then the 2 positives from 2 LEDs are connected to one fork, the 2 negatives from 2 different LEDs are connected to the negative fork, and the same that's for both of them. Hence you can have the method of soldering that I had on the back, where one set of prongs is either positive or negative. The one thing I did learn from this though is that flexible LEDs are very, very, very difficult to keep straight. The wires just kept losing their tension, so I had to use a different method to keep the tension up. The method I used to keep the tension in the LED filaments was to pull the copper wire back on the one side, holding the tension there, and then adding some hot glue to the back of the copper wire to try and fix it in place. It did work, and it keeps them reasonably straight, but not as straight as getting solid LED filaments. Unfortunately, I couldn't seem to find any of this length, and each one of these are 12 centimeters long, and for some reason I just cannot get that or longer lengths in fixed LED filaments. probably because nowhere else in the world needs them. So there you go, I've had to use flexible ones. Anybody out there that might happen to know where I can get ones, let me know. It'd be nice to find some. Anyway, I also added the battery pack, as you can see, and a switch at the top of the picture. All the wiring is just held together by wrapping it, and then a bit of shrink wrap on top. My soldering skills are pretty rubbish, to be honest, so I end up just wrapping the wire around each other and putting some heat shrink on and melting that down, and it works fine. But that gives the power now to the LEDs on the front. I had intended this to hang on the wall, but with the battery pack added to the back, unless I got some specialised brackets to go at the top, that wasn't going to work. So as a compromise, I've added a couple of wooden feet to the back, and now it stands up quite nicely. The feet add a bit of weight as well, so it doesn't come falling forward, and it fits on my shelf nice and neat and tidy. And even though the feet look pretty horrible from here, well, when you're looking from the front, you don't notice it, so it's not so bad. The ship has been stuck in place quite simply, actually. The right hand nacelle has been glued to the picture, and the body is actually leaning on the wire forks that are holding the LEDs. Not the way I'd intended to do it, but it holds it nicely and makes it look as if the LEDs are coming from the ship itself. Once you light the LEDs up, I think it looks okay. Not brilliant, but okay. There you go, that's what they look like with the LEDs lit. I quite like the way it's come out in the end. Still needs to put that touch the black up and put the varnish on the frame, but still that'll come later on. If you fancy leaving a comment, please do, good or bad, I don't mind. Click the thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. Otherwise, other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks for now. Bye bye.